But when it comes to the actual big company in the world, obviously there's a couple ones right now, WWE being the most prominent. It's been around for the longest amount of time. We got a big announcement from one of its marquee wrestlers. Over the last 22 years, his career is officially coming to an end as at Money in the Bank, John Cena announced that he will be retiring in 2025. A little bit of speculation exactly what his announcement meant when he first said it. When he was in the ring, he said that the Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and WrestleMania 41 next year will be his last. But I don't think he said anything more than that. But after the show at the media scrum, I think he clarified a little bit, talking about how he's looking at 30 to 40 dates that he's looking at potentially being involved in. So if that's the case, we might actually see Cena more during his retirement tour than we have over the last 5 or 6 years in total. But, you know, at the same time, as much as we'd hate to see him go, Bryan Danielson's kind of going through the same sort of thing right now in AEW. You got to appreciate John Cena, as much as we've all kind of given him hell over the years. You know, John Cena sucks and all this stuff. While he may not be the best wrestler ever in the world, he's definitely one of the greatest characters and talent, and does a lot of the stuff for the Make-A-Wish kids and things like that.
He's made his mark.
He's made his mark on the industry and in the world.
Sure.
So, yeah, no doubt about it. So obviously he come out with this towel that said the last time is now, and he announced it at the Money in the Bank PLE for sure. But I thought it would be kind of fun to kind of look at some of these photos from John Cena throughout the years here a little bit. When he made his debut on SmackDown against Kurt Angle in the Ruthless Aggression era, went toe-to-toe with one of the best in WWE at the time, and for sure, opened a lot of eyes, especially the Undertakers, who ended up kind of giving him that little bit of a what do you call it, the rub,
nudge,
a little bit in the back, a little bit of the nudge, the nod of his approval as well, early on in his career. And of course, the Thugonomics
my favorite
era,
Cena, hands down.
The rapper gimmick that he had for a long time. He even released a CD at one point. So
Word Life,
Word Life. You know,
basic
the whole
Thugonomics.
exactly. So yeah, I mean, he's definitely like. I mean, look at that outfit.
Boy band ass picture.
It's like he should have been with New Kids on the Block.
This is kind of like looking back at Rock's old days when he was wearing the fanny pack, that sort of thing. Yeah, Vanilla Ice for sure.
God.
But the You Can't See Me and the Hustle, Loyalty, and Respect era, obviously, as well. And of course,
Ruthless Aggression.
The years that he's been in the company.
Oh
I think it's even before 2008. They said 22 years, so it'd be, what is that, 2002? So yeah,
OVW.
This is everything after the Thugonomics and Ruthless Aggression era. So we're coming up on WrestleMania 41, and the first WrestleMania I remember him actually showing up at was WrestleMania 19. So it's been a hot minute. Which one was
it with all the clones?
I think it was like 23 or something to that effect. I can't remember.
That was one of my favorite John Cena WrestleMania entrances.
Yeah, he was, and I saw somebody on X say that for his retirement at WrestleMania 41, he had to do the same entrance with all the clones and everybody coming out line the ring, but then have all the clones wear all the different T-shirts and costumes and things he's done over the years.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
That would be dope.
Much like in this photo here. So, yeah. So thoughts on John Cena in general, his career and the legacy he's leaving behind in WWE.
It's a hell of a legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might as well just
but see, here's John Cena, and this is one of those little side criticism he always got to, or comparisons he always got. He was the Hulk Hogan of this whole generation. John Cena's career is what Hulk's should have been and how it should have ended. Him going out, how Cena's going out. You get what I'm saying? But we all know how that ended.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, but in that parallel sense, like that criticism turned into the dream. You know what I mean? Like that's how it should have ended for Hulk, and it did not. But John Cena, if the Monday Night Wars was around, if John Cena was around when that was a thing, he would have been the one guy who wouldn't have jumped ship, like along with Taker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'd have been in the Stone Cold, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, The Rock, when The Rock started to come into his own, he'd have been in that upper echelon of that era. But for him to then go from, the prototype to John Cena, but looking like a starburst, to turning that whole character into jorts. Saggy jorts.
This is
with the lock. Oh,
I'll get you. Yeah, this is Peacemaker. It's a DC comic that they
Mhm.
brought out
Oh.
on Max, which is absolutely hilarious, by the way. Very vulgar.
my
I've
God.
been wanting to watch that. I just keep forgetting.
It's
It's
hilarious.
funny.
And he just he was last I checked was filming season 2 of it. That'll be part of the new DCU, so they're going to tie it into the new stuff they're doing as well. So John Cena's not going anywhere. Chances are he's going to become a full-time Hollywood actor here, just leaving the old days of WWE behind after one final run here. There was even rumors going around that John Cena could even potentially enter the Royal Rumble, which will be in Indianapolis, Indiana this year, and potentially try to win that and go on to WrestleMania 41 to try to break the all-time record of 17. Well, the record is 16 wins for world champion now, held by Ric Flair, and John Cena is also tied with Ric Flair. Will John Cena break that all-time record for his last run? Could WWE possibly do that? Interesting thought to think about for sure.
Hell of a storyline.
I mean, they're kind of doing something similar with Bryan Danielson in AEW. He's got a world title matchup for the first time in AEW. Now he's not breaking the all-time record or anything like that.
No,
potentially winning their title for the first time. But Cena could break the all-time record for any wrestler ever with 17 world championship wins.
The Royal Rumble, right? Him and Cody. You need to do something with Cody.
Exactly.
And
That's kind of what I'm looking at.
His last match at WrestleMania.
Well, see, that's the thing I don't quite know for sure if it's going to be exactly like his last match at WrestleMania, or if it's just kind of going to be one of the 30 to 40 dates he has throughout 2025. He definitely made it sound like WrestleMania 41 was it. And if that's the case, we get 30 to 40 dates between now and then. Cool. Nothing wrong with that. But then if he wins the title at WrestleMania, it'd be kind of like, well, do you want him to just win it and then vacate it the following night on Monday Night Raw? You could, I guess. Make a tournament in the King of the Ring or something in the summer for it. You could do that. I mean, there's things you could do for it for sure. So I don't know, but that is definitely a possibility in my opinion. As much as off the top of my head, Ric Flair, Bret Hart, and Shawn Michaels, all better pro wrestlers. And obviously great in their own right. So I don't know how I have no problem if they decide to do the 17, win for Cena. That's fine. He's earned it through his many contributions to the company as well as things outside of the company for sure. I don't know. I could definitely see them doing it for sure. So.
I mean, it'd be cool, but I don't know if he actually gives a shit about that. You know what I mean? About beating the record or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if he does either. I mean, I know Bryan Danielson is kind of like that. He's like, I don't necessarily need the title, but at the same time, it would make a lot of narrative sense when it comes to storylines and things you're doing from that perspective for sure. So yeah, I mean, I would be happy to see that. And of course, if you could go out on top at WrestleMania, the biggest show of the year, on the grandest stage in Las Vegas over Easter weekend at that, which I wasn't overly fond of just because, I'm usually busy Easter weekend with family, but at the same time, that would be a great send-off if there ever was one. So if anybody ever deserved it, a guy who's been loyal to the same company for 22 years straight, that is and I'm sure he'll still stick around, probably show up here and there. Yeah, workhorse. Yeah. I've seen him multiple times wrestle Edge over the years in person and things like that, which would also be another one.
If you could dream match, because I think a lot of it's going to be dream matchups for him to end his career, like throughout the course of this thing or whatever. But who would your dream match be?
Well, right now, it would be hard to top Cody Rhodes. I know that's kind of a cop-out answer, especially with, probably Roman and Rock next year at WrestleMania. There's no need for the bloodline stuff to be with Cody, as long as Cody can get through Solo at SummerSlam, and the title doesn't need the Roman and Rock definitely don't need the WWE title either.
No,
but that's also not to say that Cena could actually go and wrestle for the World Championship on Monday Night Raw too. He doesn't necessarily have to win the WWE title; it's just overall world titles.
But against Gunther.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, if Gunther is like the big heel between SummerSlam and WrestleMania and nobody can beat him, bring in the all-time greatest of all time, according to the company, maybe you can tell that story. But yeah, Cena and Cody would make more sense, in my opinion. It would be best man win, winner take all type situation. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways you could go with that. It just depends on when they want to.
You're not going to turn Cody heel.
No, definitely
not. You're not going to turn John Cena heel. I don't think you could at this fucking point.
Wow, how crazy would it be that after all the years of fans wanting John Cena to turn heel, the year he retires, he'd go, all right, let's turn him heel.
Wasn't he? Thuganomics was like him being a heel.
but it was so loved that it became a fan favorite. You know what I mean? So it started out that way, kind of like Stone Cold did, and everybody loved him so much. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of things you could do with John Cena for sure. But
Austin and Cena.
Oh gosh, can you imagine if Austin come out of retirement for that match? There's a lot of rumors going around that Randy Orton also wants to have another match with John Cena.
They had some. You want to talk about banger after banger?
Now, of course, a lot of fans got a little aggravated because that's all Vince McMahon would book for a period there. But it has been a long time now since we've had that, so fans might be more on board with it now. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what they do with it. At least we're going to get a final.
I'd like to see Braun and Cena.
Oh gosh, Braun! Yeah, the way they're building Braun right now, that would be a clash.
Andrade and Cena.
Yeah, there's all sorts of good stuff you could do. But either way, we wish John Cena well. Hopefully, his retirement goes
Rey
off the
and
hitch.
Cena?
Rey Mysterio.
As long as it's not CM Punk and Cena.
Oh, it's gonna be CM Punk.
I bet you get that at least once. If it's, I wouldn't be surprised. Thank you for checking out this clip from the Dragon's Den podcast. If you like what you saw here, please consider checking out our live podcast almost every single Friday night here on the channel at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And until our next video, guys, take care and God bless.